red kid shoe in there. It could have just floated in, but I figured I better call you guys.
What is the address of the emergency?
There's some pools of blood. I'm guessing it's just an animal, but in the water right by the river, there's a shoe.
Blood everywhere. All over the place.
Did you tell anybody she went for a swim?
Who?
A girl.
No. If somebody said I said that, they're liars, man.
So wham, outside of the side of the face. And she got falls into the wall. You stupid. Call them and tell them to get the fuck over here. You get your ass over here and bring me your change of clothes.
I have a concern. That's why we want to talk to you. I don't know if you did or one other person
I did something. I'm telling you right now, I didn't.
In the early morning hours of March 11th, 2012, a chilling discovery is made near the Jordan River. As the investigation gets underway, police uncover a disturbing pattern of lies and deception. However, just as investigators approach a critical breakthrough in solving the case, their most promising lead quite literally disappears into thin air. As it turns out, a vanishing suspect isn't the only shocking reveal in this twisted crime. Go to in order to exact revenge, including framing someone for murder.
Are you about 12678 south?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm just below the golf course where the bridge, there's a bridge for the pathway that you can cross to go up to the golf course. There's like two big piles of blood, and there's splattered blood all over the bridge, and then right along the edge of the water, there's like a red kid shoe in there. It could have just floated in, but I figured I better call you guys.
As the police arrive at the scene and meticulously examine the pools of blood on the rocks, they immediately focus on conducting tests to determine whether it's human blood or an animal's. Dread consumes the investigators as their worst fears materialize before their eyes. The reports confirm the chilling presence of human blood. Despite their relentless pursuit, they're not able to locate anyone on the trail, leaving them puzzled by the unknown. Finally, after hours of an extensive search, they stumble upon a haunting sight on the other side of the river. A lifeless body of a young girl, drifting silently, a shocking testament to the unfolding tragedy.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Female, red shirt, blue jeans, caught up in the river, it's obvious.
The young girl's body had remained submerged in the water for hours. Her face is swollen, bearing signs of severe trauma with multiple fractures. A prominent injury on her forehead had left her face disfigured and unrecognizable. An autopsy would later confirm that the cause of death was multiple blunt force injuries to the child's head. Notably, she wore a shoe that matched the one that was discovered by the jogger who'd placed the 911 call. In efforts to identify the victim, the police arranged for a press conference and share crucial information about the discovery in the hopes that someone would step forward with valuable information to aid their investigation. A mile away, Veronica Kaspersak switches on the television to watch the news. As she listens to the announcement, her blood runs cold with a chilling realization. Could this be her daughter, Annie? 15-year-old Annie lives with her mother, Veronica Kaspersak, and stepfather, James Bratcher. On Saturday night, Veronica and James return home from their dinner date, and Annie excitedly greets them at the front door. Everything seems ordinary as Veronica heads to her room for a shower, while James hangs out in the kitchen. At 7:45, he notices Annie leaving the kitchen and heading towards her room. However, at 8:40, while on a phone call with her sister, Veronica realizes that she hasn't seen or spoken with Annie since they arrived home. She decides to check Annie's bedroom, only to find it empty. Alarmed, she calls out to her husband, who rushes upstairs with a note that he found in the other room. The note declared Annie's shocking revelation that she has left for California, confessing that she'd lied to her friends about being pregnant, which she had indicated with a P in the letter, and she said that she could no longer bear the weight of the lie. With their hearts racing, Veronica and James immediately called the authorities to report Annie as a runaway. Soon after, Veronica reaches out to Christopher Bagshaw, Annie's boyfriend, desperately seeking any information. While Christopher maintains that he was unaware of Annie's plans, he did know more than he was letting on. After After a restless night with little sleep, as Veronica switched on the news the next morning and witnessed the unfolding announcement, it dawned on her that Annie might not have made it to California after all. The uncertainty gripped her tightly, sending shivers down her spine. Veronica contacts the helpline and informs the police about her runaway daughter. She provides them with every piece of information as they carefully document each detail. Just when it seems like the conversation is about to end, the police ask a crucial question. Did Annie wear braces? The weight of this question hangs in the air, and Veronica sobs on the other end of the line as she whimpers, yes. When DNA match results arrive, the police are able to fully confirm the heartbreaking truth. The victim found on the trail is indeed 15-year-old Annie Kasperzak. With the police officially confirming Annie's untimely death, her decision to run away becomes a pivotal element for their ongoing investigation, as it could shed light on the circumstances surrounding her.
Good idea, and that she should need to do it. Think about her friends as well. Okay. And what did you do after 8 o'clock? Or where were you at when you were talking to her? My dad had left to go to the bar, and I went to my grandma's at first. Well, what time do you think you...
Saturday night. I imagine I left probably about 6 or 7.
What about you, Bishop?
Lady dog swim.
And so did you leave right when your dad left? No, I stayed home and I played the video game for a little while. For how long do you think? An hour and a half. And was anybody else there with you? No, it was just me. Anybody call you while you were there, do you remember? No. And then afterwards I went to my grandma's house, which is only 3 doors down.
I called you that night.
Oh, you did?
Because I told you I was going to have company.
Yeah.
Get us to my grandma's house.
And what time did you guys end there with it?
Yeah.
What time did you call me? Think?
Oh man.
It was like 8 or 7.
Yeah,
7:45 to 8.
I'm not real positive on the exact time that I called him.
And so when he called you, did you go right over to your grandma's? No, I stayed home for a little bit and I played the video game because that was like in the hour and a half.
We're talking about just last Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I left the house at 6 o'clock last Saturday. I left with a buddy named Kevin.
The police consider this line of questioning crucial as they try to determine if they can confirm Chris's location during the possible time of Annie's murder.
So he called you, you think 7:45, 8? Yeah. And then did you go right to and you said you stayed home for another hour probably? Right, for another 15 minutes to get my stuff ready. And I went to my grandma's. What about happened to your grandma? Well, I didn't stay in my grandma's for very long. I went there, put my stuff there, and I asked her if I can go and see her friend hang out, because I didn't really want to stay there. She's kind of wanted to go there. But I went to my friend's, I knocked on his door, he didn't answer, so I went straight back to my grandma. Got a movie, and me and my grandma watched the movie. Did you ever leave the house again? No. So you stayed there all night? Yes.
And I got home at about 11:30, and I was by my mom's house, and he was crashed out on the chair, and I talked to her for a minute, and I went home. So, and I told him that I was probably going to have company come over, which they ended up not coming over, so I just went ahead and went to bed. And then he was home by 9 the next morning.
Sure. Did you talk to anybody on the phone after you got back to your grandma's?
Mm-hmm.
How far would you say your friend's house is from yours to? It's around a 25-minute walk there and back. So like a mile, or 2 miles, or 15 miles, or what? Yeah, just like a mile, or, yeah, somewhere around a mile.
So you were saying about 25 minutes one way and 25 minutes back?
Yeah.
Despite the corroboration of Chris's whereabouts on the night of the incident by his father, Darwin Leroy Bagshaw, and his grandmother, Wilma Fern Bakla, the police focus their attention on 2 crucial details provided by Chris that demand verification. The first concerns Annie's nosebleed, which supposedly occurred at Spencer's house, resulting in her blood inadvertently staining Chris's shoe. The second piece of information relates to Annie's alleged relationship with another boyfriend named LJ. The police take the necessary steps to acquire a search warrant for the home of Spencer Criddle to uncover the truth. As a close friend of Chris and Annie, Spencer can give some insight into both of these questions. He soon becomes a person of interest in the investigation and is subsequently brought in for questioning. The investigators waste no time and immediately inquire about the night Annie left.
On that day, Saturday, you had talked about Annie coming here. Annie calling you, and you weren't here. Tell me about that. What were you doing that day?
I went to the gym with my little brother.
Okay. With your little brother?
My older brother.
And how long were you guys at the gym?
For 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
He's like, are you fine with going there for 2 hours? Like, Chance, are you serious? She's like, yeah, man. I was like, we're not Marines.
Okay. And then, so then, what time did you get back to the house?
Around 8:30.
And then is that when you checked your messages?
Yeah, I went upstairs and about like 10 minutes, 20 minutes later, and there's like text messages and calling messages and everything.
Mm-hmm.
No text messages from Annie, just like 2 missed calls, I think, from Annie, and 1 voice message.
Okay. And then, do you have your cell phone? Is that the way I got the messages?
Yeah.
Do you have it with you here?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we take a look at it?
The thing is, though, unknown number tried calling me. There's the call logs. Unknown number. I just tried finding some way to get that voice message back or anything.
An attorney will almost always advise you not to willingly hand over your phone or other devices unless the police have a warrant.
After the gym on Saturday night, then what did you do?
Came home, my dad was like, you guys hungry? And I was like, yeah, sure. He's like, want me to make you a pot pie? I was like, I guess. After I had pot pie, well, that's actually before, when my dad was making, I checked my messages. After Chance literally drained out my energy at the thing.